Hi, my name is John Fowler. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for software at Sun Microsystems. Sun has been investing for many years on advanced research and development to enable new technologies for the network. One example of these technologies is Java, the most widespread application development and deployment environment in the history of computing. Today I want to highlight one of the projects that we are working on to enable a new way of looking at a desktop computer and interacting with it to explore a new world for users. The project is called Looking Glass. Looking Glass is about bringing the three-dimensional interface metaphor to the desktop in a way that people can use to better organize their work and interact in a visually appealing and constructive way. The purpose of Looking Glass is to see what new user interface metaphors can accelerate people's ability to interact with the system. In this, we've made it possible to use unmodified desktop applications in the way that you're currently using them, but by adding transparency and other effects so that you can organize your work and look at your work in ways that you were never able to do before. In addition, you can develop new kinds of applications that actually use three-dimensional effects to achieve new levels of interactivity. Project Looking Glass is an example of advanced development at Sun. We are using this advanced development to influence our product plans and to interest people in new technology and to gain new ideas, which will ultimately shape what we do in the future. The nice thing about Project Looking Glass is that I don't need to just talk about it. You can see it and understand it for yourself. To give you a demonstration of Project Looking Glass, I'd like to introduce Jonathan Schwartz, Executive Vice President of Software for Sun Microsystems.
This is the best part, I assure you. So when you're looking at the kind of things you can do in an unfettered desktop environment, unfettered meaning there's not just one dominant supplier of technology, but there's a creative and open community of people who are working on Java, what could you do with a desktop? So what I'd like to do is show you what Project Looking Glass is. And so if you could go to the monitor here. Looking Glass is this little leaf. Double-click on the little leaf, and the world changes. Because you no longer are looking at a static two-dimensional world. You've begun to look at a 3D world. And the kinds of things that you might want to do in a 3D world are a little different than the kinds of things you would want to do in a two-dimensional world. For example, maybe you'd want to add in translucency, so that as you move off of a window, you can see the documents behind it. Maybe if you want to move that web page and move it off screen, you can do so. Maybe if you want to look and maybe attach a note to the back of a web page, you could just turn it around and say, and maybe you would want to play a video. There's the translucency working. Here's the preview. And I think this is attached to audio.
In a forbidden city,
And again,
a princess has been kidnapped and taken to America.
oh, you can keep it up. It's much better when the sound's up.
But a warrior has been sent
And you can see the video
5,000
running
miles
in the icon down
to
below.
bring her back.
And maybe rather than just running a single one, I could run another video. And you'll recognize this video as the video we began all this with. This is the Java video. But we have a lot of slides up here, and it'd be a lot easier if I just put them all away.
Do exactly as I do it. Yeah!
And again, having put them all away, I can add notes. Maybe this file is digitally protected. And just to be completely arbitrary, to show you what you can do if you are freed from the shackles of an old environment, you could just get arbitrarily clever and start looking at what your environment would look like from all forms and all sides, including watching the video backwards, if you really want to do so. So again, if you have a 3D environment, why wouldn't you use it to present all your applications? Why wouldn't you miniaturize a window? Why wouldn't you begin to recraft how you think that applications should be built? Maybe I will put him out of the way, and this out of the way. And if you were searching a music library, wouldn't it be more engaging if you could just go click on a CD and take a look at what it was? Check out your CEO? You know, you'd think if I put him up on stage, he'd give me an office, but he still won't. So again, this is a new way of looking at how applications should be built and what a world could look like where you were freed from having one company define what was going to be done and instead could look at what a community could do with an open platform that everyone can innovate around. So that's what Project Looking Glass is, and if you don't like the Grand Canyon here in the background, you can always move over to the more peaceful theme, and you can hear the birds whistling if you're up here. You can't if you're down there. Or maybe just go back to a more familiar sun look, which is you're on some planet and you're wandering around here. So again, the idea is innovation is certainly possible. It's possible on the desktop. The dominant company that provides a desktop doesn't want to show you that because they don't want to do the work that actually reinvents the way things have been done. They want to keep it to the way things have been done for the past 10 years. We think there's some deficiencies there. And with the introduction of Star Office 7, with the introduction of absolutely outstanding interoperability, with the new security technologies that we're adding with Java Card, we think this totally reinvents the way you can start thinking about desktops as well.